Hello and welcome to Bronze Age Monsters, the show where we wade into the weirdest and wildest waters of the comic books of the 1970s. This season on B.A.M, we're covering the brief life of Atlas Seaboard Comics, the publishing venture of Martin Goodman that some say was a middle finger to Marvel and Stan Lee. Revenge is a dish best served in 4 colors. I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Jacob Balcom.
Thanks for joining us this week, listeners. Jacob, we got some nice feedback on the freebie shadow show we gave out to everybody last week, the coming of Caleb Hammer.
Oh, I'm so glad. I did love, I think you mentioned that somewhere, that, our shadow show, some people that listen, we really try. And most of the time we succeed in keeping them around 25 minutes or something like this. Stuff we really like, it gets out of control. And this one was an hour. So
yep.
Sorry about that.
Yep. I had every intention of literally setting a timer for 20 minutes and then saying, okay, Jacob, here I'm setting it for 5 and we're done in 5. And I didn't. And we went for an hour and 5 minutes. So that's cool, though, because we were loving it, right?
Yeah, we were so excited and we loved it so much. And that's good. That's good. That's a good listen.
Yeah, so folks, if you missed that, we did put out our bonus show that we produced for our Patreon supporters. We put one out free for everybody last week, and it's in your podcast feed. It's on our YouTube channel. Check it out. The YouTube channel has the gorgeous art by Gene Day and Tony Zuniga, and What More Do You Need? And it was written by Peter B. Gillis, who was wrote a very compelling story there. So please check it out. And I was just telling Jacob before we start recording that some people came on there and left comments like, I don't even like Westerns, but you guys kind of turned my head around and I'm probably going to check some stuff out now. And I, of course, said, start with Jonah Hex. Please.
Start with Jonah Hex, please.
Yeah. But so check that out. But we want to get to our guests because we're very excited to bring them on. We have our friends from Marvel by the Month on. Hey, guys.
Hey!
Howdy.
Nice. We didn't even plan that.
Yeah,
that
worked out very well.
That was all.
You guys are just so
Hello.
synchronicity. Hello.
That's
I know,
the
I was
chemistry that you
expecting
only
the
get
Three
after
Stooges
doing
thing.
almost 290 episodes of the podcast. That's fantastic. Wow. Knocking it out of the park right from the very jump.
It's
Hi,
good
guys.
to see you guys.
It's great seeing
you
you.
too.
Yeah, how's life?
Missed your faces.
I'm outside of Portland, so I don't get the flames or the tear gas as much. What's it like being in the middle of it all?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
just day in,
it's
day out.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Escape from New York
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
With some Mad Max. Dash of Mad
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
It's like,
Obviously.
I mean,
yeah.
that's the joke answer, but like the real answer is it's like, it's fucking scary. Like, I mean, the president of the United States is threatening to send soldiers into my city. Like,
For no
reason.
Like,
He's lying about wanting to send, like, yeah, I mean, he's sincere about wanting to send soldiers in. He's lying about the reason.
Yeah.
And it's just, this is, I mean, how many times do we have to use the word unprecedented in 1 year? It's insane.
Yeah.
So,
It's meaningless at this point.
Yeah.
I sent
I'm with you.
I sent a thing to the boys earlier today.
oh, yeah. I passed that along. That's funny.
This is news you can use. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little site called isportlandburning.com. And it does an aggregate. It just says no. And then it says, and then it has actual cameras that are live around the city, pointing at everything and fact checks on what has been said. And and there's fire and smoke map. There's like, everything's in there. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Just an aggregator of all the live feeds of everything. Just
being totally normal.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's weird because my TV just shows the George Floyd protests on a loop, and I'm really concerned about what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's bad.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say, that website should just clear everything up. I think we'll be fine now. So.
That requires
to be some
opposable thumbs, I would think, to get there.
Yeah.
So,
Probably. Yeah.
So good.
But no, happy to be here with you guys and doing this. It's a nice break from the horrors.
and of reading the horrors of 30 comics a week-ish, of 70s Marvel.
Yeah, this is literally a small fraction of the number 30.
Yeah.
It's so small.
It is 1/30th.
Yes, I couldn't believe it.
Specific fraction.
Yeah, so I mean, you mention it, like you mentioned the amount of comics you have to read every week, but your spirits still seem high. What's it like off camera? I mean, you hate each other, right?
Obviously, yeah.
There's just shivs under the table.
The fact that we're all in the same room right now is a minor miracle.
Yeah, the camera doesn't pick up the blood stains that are like around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Fisticuffs.
professionals. Is what you are.
That's what you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so we did take some steps to lighten the workload a little bit. So it's every other week now. We do 1 month of Marvel comics, and I think we just are about to release. Was it March of '77, April of '77, something like that?
Yep, April, I think.
And then on our off weeks, we do deep dives into some like forgotten series now. So you guys just also did this, Skull the Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
so
And so
cool.
yeah, we did that over 2 episodes and had a blast with it. And yeah, we did the Killraven stuff from Amazing Adventures for our Martian by the Month miniseries. So
We have some more coming up, and every time we do one, I make a new theme song because I'm
That's a lot of
insane.
work.
so actually, it hasn't lightened the workload at all. Yeah, we're right back where we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
our style.
we're in our final season. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we're down to single-digit episodes left. for
Yeah,
our
isn't that
finale, so
crazy?
Has to feel complicated.
yeah.
The scar tissue will go away at some point.
Maybe.
Not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Why you'd want to go out on top, and this season, I gotta say, like, might be my favorite season that you guys have done. I'm
I love to hear that.
thoroughly enjoying the ride. But also, I'm going to be very, very sad not to have you guys in the feed anymore, and I'll just have to go back and start listening to all of them all over again, I guess.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's what I would do. Or you could have us on your show. That's also
Yeah,
we
we-
could do
I was
that
going to
too.
say, we will
Yeah.
drag you into this mess so much that your scars will never heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
That's
love
okay.
that. I'd love to keep
Yeah.
my beak wet.
Yeah. We love being on your show. It's a lot of fun. So yes, if you will have us on sometime in the future, that would be a great honor.
100%.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
This
Cool.
season of your podcast has been
Yes.
very interesting because I thought that when I came onto our podcast, I thought I was an X-Men fan primarily. I was like, yeah, some Avenger stuff here and there, maybe a Wonder Man now and again. And then the books with pictures sort of opened my aperture wider to Bitch Planet and Kieran Gillen and everybody else, like non the big two. And then your podcast has slowly forced that aperture open even further. And I'm like, I guess I just care about it all now. Like it's all interesting. Like I didn't want to care.
Nice.
I've got enough things I'm interested in, but yeah, you've really dragged me kicking and screaming into Alice Comics of all things.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. I remember being at the Werewolf by Night screening, and I think someone just handed off to Bryan, like, here's the rest of he'd completed his Atlas Seaboard run, and I didn't want to show it there, but I was pretty jealous because I'd always wanted the Atlas Seaboard comics, and I'd never really just made the leap into it. So
Yeah. Yeah. How many names am I allowed to drop in one anecdote? Because I can tell that story real quickly.
let's see if you sprain your tongue.
Okay, great. So I was at the Werewolf by Night screening, Michael Giacchino's Werewolf by Night, that you guys were good enough to coordinate and host and all that and invite us to. It was such a wonderful evening. And I wound up heading in and sitting between Matt Fraction and Sean Baby. And then Douglas Wolk found me in there and handed me a stack of Atlas Seaboard comics that he had put together for me. So
That's
It
right.
sounds like you put that together just to get like big time nerd street
Yeah,
cred.
yeah.
Yeah.
so there you go.
Triggered the
I
SEO.
think
Yeah.
that's as far as I can push that one. So.
But those names will get you into any comic shop in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I mean,
Reservation required.
We all
Exactly.
slip those names around. Yeah. And also thanks again. That was one
Oh
of the
my gosh.
highlights
Oh,
of
so great.
maybe my life, definitely of the last 10 years, for just that showing, hanging out the night before, hanging out the whole time. It was just a wonderful time. So yeah, thanks.
That was
How long
a
have you-
blast.
It was.
How
It
long
was-
have you been
it
married?
was- It was so much fun.
Somewhere
And
around-
what I didn't realize, I was talking to someone and recently they were just like, "Oh yeah, we loved it." My son had to leave like 10 minutes in because you guys had the volume like ear crushingly
kid.
loud.
Yeah.
Oh, no
that's
way,
my
really?
kid. Yeah.
That's why they make
He's a-
headphones.
Yeah. He's a sound sensitive guy, and we forgot his ear protection at home. But
Yeah.
yeah. But he's seen it since then and has loved it. So
No, I mean, yeah, there was another kid. Yeah, the same thing. But we were
Yeah.
in there. Michael was kind of like, figuring out, okay, this is, I don't know. It was really cool to see how they kind of sync and set everything up before. Yeah, calibrate stuff. It was so cool. And the guy in the in the projection booth is just like, okay, so yeah, this is the sound. And Michael's like, can we go 2 notches higher though? Can we do that?
Great.
And the guy was like, I guess. Michael's like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's throw a couple speakers. Yeah,
Lou
let's
Reed
do
and
it.
John Cale or White Light, White Heat. I love it. The needle's not in the red. It's not right.
No, right?
So what have been, like, before we dive in here, what have been your thoughts of, like, the issues we've covered so far? Which ones, I don't know if you're reading along or not, or just listening along, but what has appealed to you or stood out so far?
I'm blanking on the title of it, the Chaikin book, which wound up Scorpion, which wound up becoming Dominic Fortune. I mean, that was, I knew that there was a story about Dominic Fortune before Fortune, but until you guys, honestly, I've got all these books. I have not read most of them, so I've been sort of like listening to you to find out what I should go and actually spend the time reading. But yeah, Scorpion has been a high point there because I'm a big Chaikin fan. So
okay.
Yeah.
You guys interviewed him. Did you talk at all about did he mention anything about the Scorpion pre-Dominic Fortune?
We did. I think we talked briefly about Atlas.
Yeah, he didn't. He talked a tiny bit about it, but it was mainly about the Marvel work that was collected in the Lost Marvels book. So he was very dismissive of anything that wasn't that, including and his own work all the time.
Especially his own
Yeah,
work.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah, made it clear that he didn't want to talk about Star Wars, and then I was like, I had some questions about Star Wars. Like, well, it's your dime.
No, I honestly have enjoyed the weirder stuff you guys put out on YouTube around, I've said this before to you about like Ramblin' Rod, about even Jacob's, DJing at the, at the Holocene, the Tabor Space area. And those kinds of things just touch my heart. So I've been focusing on sort of your way edge matter more than your main stuff.
Yeah. Somebody does.
Yeah. Well, so much of it is, we have very Portland centric stuff that goes back that, in case anyone has missed an episode, Rob and I went to the same comic shop when we were, I don't know, tweens or something. I started going to House of Fantasy, maybe at 9 or 10. So yeah.
That's probably 7 or probably 9 or 10 when it was there. And I found out my dad recently, you're going to love this if you didn't already hear it on something, but he picked his pull box number, and that number was 69. And it was the whole time. He handed the box off to my brother, who maintained it for years, and then until they closed, like the whole time, different owners. It was always
it's
box
a
69.
family heirloom. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's grandfathered in.
Yep.
Love it.
That's
House
the
of Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The Wolf episode, that was the one where I was like, maybe I have to read this. Like that one really made the case, and I might give that a shot.
Yeah.
Which one?
Wolf.
Wolf the Barbarian. Yeah.
Oh, Wolf of the U. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
I also, I think my favorite recurring bit in the season has been, you always talk about the first issue, and you're like, now let's talk about the rest of it, and then, inevitably at issue 3, they just tear the thing down to the foundations and start over again.
With Gary Friedrich.
Issue 4,
Yeah.
it's canceled.
Man, Gary Friedrich doing cleanup on pretty much like 70 to 80% of the issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
It always feels like that's when the edible kicks in. Like whenever Friedrich comes on the books, like, what? He has a mask on? He flies? What? He was a private detective like 2 minutes ago.
Yep.
It's weird stuff.
Yeah, it
Hell
does.
of a thing.
I don't know how much exposure you have to the Cougar, but this was my first time reading it. Was it your first times?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're all married to cougars,
Yeah.
which is why we chose this one. We figured we're subject matter experts.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
And then we found out this wasn't the same
not
type
that.
of cougar.
not.
Yeah.
yeah,
No. Would you like to dive in?
let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. All right. So we are indeed talking about the Cougar, number 1. This was on sale on stands February 2nd, 1975. It had a pull date of April, and the pencils and inks were by Frank Thorne. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I will describe this briefly for people that are just listening. We're up in the air, we're looking down. There is a vampire hanging out over a fire escape, maybe, and he's holding a damsel in distress. Oh, that's a drink.
That's a drink right there.
Didn't even clock that one.
I don't know. Me neither. Wow.
And from below, on a drawbridge around a moat, we have the sequence of motion of a acrobat swinging on the chain of the drawbridge, flipping up in the air, and then kicking the vampire in the head, I guess.
Yep.
Or maybe the woman in the crotch.
Or maybe the woman in the groin.
If your eye extends a little bit
or
further,
both.
Yeah,
Just,
it seems like a double whammy there.
Bad aim.
Yeah.
So that's that, and there's the Cougar, and it's a very kind of 70s flashy logo up top, and it says below, the Cougar, Hollywood stuntman turned Night Stalker. There's a little wink wink there. Don't miss his first action-packed adventure, Revenge of the Vampire. My initial thoughts, I do not like this cover. I've tried to figure out why. My eye does follow the motion of the action hero doing his action, but it's just busy and it's noisy, and I don't understand, like, it doesn't gel for me.
Well, the movement doesn't work. Like, I mean, it's not like a Gil Kane or, Ross Andrews Spider-Man,
Right.
flip
Sequence. Yeah.
It's just, there's something about it just,
It like doesn't fit together, I don't think.
yeah. And I don't buy that he's, I don't know.
He's like throwing himself upwards 3 stories from a chain.
from a chain.
Yeah.
He's swinging off the chain and then he's like flipping twice.
It's the flip, I think, that causes the bigger problem.
How is he doing this?
I think if you
exactly?
took the Cougar off of the cover, it might be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, we just
Is
have a
it-
vampire
A
hanging out.
vampire and a mostly naked lady.
Yeah.
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 The vampire gets lost in all the action, the business of, so that's a problem for me. I love monster stuff. So when the villain is kind of like an afterthought and all the crazy hectic stuff, I think that's a failure.
I mean, he looks like a pale guy with a widow's peak. Like, you can't really tell what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. So, Frank Thorne probably spent most of the time on the damsel in distress.
100%.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you guys looked anything up. So I mean, he's old school. His first credit is Marvel Mystery Comics number 7 from 1940. So
Oh my
he's
God.
at the very dawn of the comics era.
Papyrus.
Yeah,
Whoa.
pretty
Yeah, right.
much. And he drew a ton of stuff, romance, horror. But around this time, his main thing was creating like sexy characters for Playboy magazine.
Sweet.
The one that he is most known for is a character named Moonshine McJugs.
No.
That is
way.
that is
Really?
100% real.
Wow. Times have changed.
Yep.
Or have they?
Yeah, wait.
We're
getting
going
back
back.
there.
We're getting back. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you?
I mean, yeah, this doesn't work at all. I mean, aside from you guys are being generous by saying take the Cougar out and it works.
Yeah.
But what Matt does sometimes is takes all the bullshit like new issue and like action packed and stuff, and he'll take all that out, and then you're like, oh shit, this is a really amazing cover. I don't think that's
Right.
going to work with this one. I still think
That's not going to save it. No.
No, all the problems are still going to be there. And yeah, I'm with you, Matt. Dracula, yeah, he really, the vampire should really be a little more in the front of the frame. And the action is weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what when I say take the Cougar out, I mean the character out of this.
Yeah, not the
cover.
title.
I don't even mean the
No, I know
title.
what you meant.
Yeah, serious. No, it's it doesn't work. This might be one of my least favorite covers this season, which
Yeah.
is saying a lot.
There's
Yeah.
also, I mean, there's a little bit of confusion. None of these characters is obviously the Cougar. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very good point.
so I don't know.
I
Oh
was
boy.
also confused by the sort of spiderweb thing in the far left, like on that
Oh,
left
yeah.
side. That,
Oh,
like,
that
ring of-
distracting little bit of detail.
Yeah. I stared at
Did
that for a
he
while.
come?
Yeah.
No, he didn't come out of the water. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That's just I think supposed to be like cobblestones or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
brickwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. I thought maybe it was like a boingy net thing. Like after reading it, I was like, oh, it's like a stunt.
No, because he starts
he
on the
falls?
drawbridge. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. So
So
Yeah.
not a perfect start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
A
sure it gets better.
rare whiff for a #1 issue cover, especially when Rovan was at the helm.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Probably
the
gets
number
better from
ones
there,
were
though,
all pretty good. Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know. You guys ready to dive in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
ready as
when
we're
I
gonna be.
immediately turned back to, okay, this might be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Right. So
yeah. This first page is great.
yeah, this first page is great. I kind of loved I loved the top, how we have a stylized sea and like two cougars, on each side of it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of badass. He already has a cool logo.
Yeah, he's got like a fancy letterhead.
He does, right? It is a letterhead.
Now I'm in.
I loved it. And so so we kind of see a scene that's pretty familiar. It's a vampire, fighting someone on the top of a carriage, horse-drawn carriage. And the opening narration reads, "The eerie calm of a moonlit road, shattered by thunder, undisturbed by its ominous roar, are two men, one human and one undead. Each struggles to bring about the other's demise." And so, yeah, they're really getting into it. We are fighting very, very, very intensely. The last time I saw this scene, which we've seen a bunch of times, was Dracula AD 1972.
Mm-hmm.
Starts out with this very scene, and
Yeah.
so we're going through the hammer stuff.
Yeah.
But
So it feels like a trope, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
yeah. And so, but the vampire says, "All seems lost for the mortal as the vampire's inhuman strength prevails, a strength which battles his opponent into lifeless pulp. But before the combatants can conclude their struggle, nature intervenes." And so, yes, we are down. The carriage hits a rock, and we kind of know what's happening. But yeah, like you said, Rob, like you're like, oh, cool. Okay, this is going to be actually good. Because we'll talk about the creators next page. But yeah, I was like, all right, this is pretty good art.
Yeah. It's atmospheric. The motion works.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the smoke or dirt under the horse's legs. There's a lot of detail.
This would not feel out of place in one of the early 70s like DC horror books like Unexpected or House of Mystery. Like this is, this is up there.
My question at the time, which was subverted moments later, was like, why are we doing this? Like we've seen this a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like what but then they do the thing and you're like, I was like, they got me. They got me again.
Got the fake out.
Yep.
Jacob, I thought when I saw that crest, and I was just like, is this Count Lycosa's cousin or something? Like it's cool, I guess.
It's very cool.
But I was 100% into. I was like, oh my god, this is a Hammer. Like this is just a Hammer movie.
It is.
I love Hammer. I'm all for this. I did think it was funny that nature intervenes and it's just a rock like laying in the road. It's not exactly a tree being struck by lightning. And
rock counts as nature in this world. So, yeah.
More than paper or scissors. That's true.
Yep.
True.
Shall we?
Yeah.
So we're treated here to quite a splash page. We see, we pull back and we see that there's a film crew there, a film set, and there's a big stunt happening. The vampire and the vampire hunter spill off the top, and we see a director say, "Cut, print it." And wow, there's just a jumble of copy, and we get a goofy title: "Vampires and Cougars Don't Mix." Which, man,
I don't know, man. Tell that to the single moms at the Coffin Club on Friday night.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of exposition here I'm not going to go into. I just want to cue this up for Jacob to do a little bit of creator talk. But yeah, it just says this time intervention was not natural. It's all technicians. It's all phony. It's all blah, blah, blah. Stuntman Jeff Rand thrives on the danger of his chosen profession. He is known to fellow stuntmen as the Cougar, due to his cat-like speed and agility, abilities that will be put to the test when Jeff finds out that cougars and vampires don't mix. And so Jacob, I want to hand this off to you to talk a little bit about Steve Mitchell, or we've talked a little bit about Dan Adkins a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So yeah, Steve Mitchell, not a ton of writing credits, but he was basically the production manager for Atlas and worked under Jeff Roven. But yeah, I mean, Dan Adkins, well, first off, Steve, we referenced the comic book artist issue quite a bit, and there was a lot of stuff in there about the Cougar.
Yeah. It was.
And Steve Mitchell, obviously, he's like, yeah, we were really enamored with Kolchak, the Night Stalker, and then I think the interviewer was like, well, what was the genesis of this book? And Jeff was like, actually, it was the idea. What would have happened if Burt Lancaster had become a superhero? That was the genesis of it.
Wow. Okay.
Literally.
Wow.
But also Steve was very much a Dan Curtis fan, took it in that direction. And they were really into that. Then we go over to Steve Mitchell talks about hiring Dan Adkins for this job for Jeff Roven. And Steve Mitchell was just like, man, I don't know. I've heard some stories about Dan Adkins. Like, I don't know if he can, if he can, aside from, what he's kind of most known for, I don't know if he can make a deadline. Like, he's really bad at it. And I like Jeff Roven again, Roven was pretty on top of stuff, but Roven's like, nah, let's do it. He's fine. This is going to work out great. And so the script went out to Dan, and halfway through the issue, Dan said, I can't draw this anymore. Or,
10 pages in.
9-10 pages in. And then and they're like,
That's
he
the
came
worst
up
thing
with
he
some
could have possibly said.
Yeah. And so they had 10 pages, and then so they had to get those pages inked, and they brought in Frank Springer to do that. And so I was trying to think, like, why would Dan Adkins just bail on this? And he wasn't, I was checking GCD. He's not that busy in this month of 1975. He hardly is doing anything. So he's inking a couple things over at Marvel, like Conan. He's doing the cover of Giant Size Werewolf 4 that Matt and I love. And but there's a little quote right on the side of one of the pages of the CBA issue. And it says just from Dan, it's like, Dan didn't want to be interviewed for this, but he told CBA that he quit the Cougar job because he didn't care for the guys in charge over there. Too much arrogance. So who knows? Who knows what that means? And but we all know afterwards that Frank Springer took over for the other half of the Cougar. And he's done stuff. He was we last saw him, he inked the Plug story in Police Action. And so but he's also, Giant Size Man Thing, Masters of Kung Fu. And
he does he's doing the Invaders, right?
Where we're at right now.
Yeah, you guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I love it. They interview Frank Springer a little bit. I really want to get the issue. I must have it somewhere. There's like a back issue or something where there's a big interview with him, and I wonder how extensive it is, because Frank Springer seems to be one of those guys to where you're like, okay, you did this and this issue. What do you remember this? He's like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
He's like, did I work on that book? It's news to me.
No.
I don't remember a thing. And there's he was nice, but there's that low level hostility of just like, you fucking nerd. I don't know. I did a job for a week. Why would I remember that at all?
Yeah.
Even though,
Which is fair.
I guess it's fair, but also his art is so good.
And especially like one of the things he's known for is working quickly. Like he's a guy you bring in, so it's like, yeah, I can absolutely imagine. Like, I'm inking 4 pages a day. I don't remember this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought his so he does the rest of the issue, and then we'll talk about at the end, but he pencils and inks issue 2.
I was doing Control F through that issue trying to find the Cougar last night, and I forgot who it was. It was someone that Jeff offered this gig to, and he was like, I contacted Jeff and I said, hey, where's the script? And he's like, oh, it's in the mail. And I waited, and then I called him, and he didn't call me back, and then it was on the newsstands. He's like, that's just how Jeff told me I didn't get the job. Jeff was kind of a hard ass editor.
Wow.
So that's a different side of Jeff from what we've heard in most interviews, where people were like, he was a young kid, he was exuberant, and he hard ass when he had to be. But I was just like, not telling the dude I gave the gig to somebody else. That's kind of
that's a little.
I can't remember who that was, Matt, but I thought that was weird too.
Yeah. These are all old memories from people, right? Who knows? I don't know. Who can say?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got that Springer stuff. and I made a little montage here. So yeah, we find out that indeed the vampire and the vampire hunter are friends, and our hero is the vampire hunter, and the director's angry, and the stunt could have been better. And he's like, "Hey, when you do a fall towards the camera, goddammit, I'm paying you. We want to see the stunt," and blah blah blah, and fix it in editing. So you get just general kind of B movie angry director nonsense going on here. One thing I thought was interesting, I did pull up Brevoort's blog when he was talking about this issue, and he said that Mitchell was a big fan of Dan Curtis's Dark Shadows, and that's where this came from. I have mad respect for Brevoort. He's wrong. This is all about the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Jeff Rovin literally said, I was trying to get the license to make a Night Stalker comic book, and we couldn't afford it.
Oh, wow.
Like, he's way off on that one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it says the Hollywood stuntman turned Night Stalker on the cover. Like it's another.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good nod toward it.
And
Yeah.
this is the part where I have to mention that in the UK, stalker means erection.
You have to legally mention that?
I do.
Okay.
It's in my
it's
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
not
glad-
just
I'm glad
state,
you
it's
did.
Federal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also later on, they do literally describe the Night Stalker TV movie, and like they said, that was a gig we worked on. So it's like, it's clearly not Dark Shadows, but
Yeah.
I just had to be pedantic there. And
Yep.
the one time I can correct Brevoort.
Yeah. Was he just thinking like the vampire looked like Barnabas, and that was
Probably.
Maybe.
I could see
that's
that.
where he pulled that from?
He has
Probably.
really cuffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you think the first bit of caption box was but this timely intervention? I think was timely a Marvel reference, you think?
Well, I mean,
pre-Marvel?
that's Goodman published Timely Comics. So,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't even
But he
think of
didn't.
that.
He didn't read these, though. He just threw them across the room at people and said, this is
Right,
shit. Put capes on them.
He did.
Do
What
it
about
again, but
sales
better.
figures? No, who gives a fuck? Change it up.
Make him look like the Hulk. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so on this issue, so we meet, Jeff and Harv, his buddy. And Jeff is letting us know kind of the director Beckman, he's been saddled with directing horror films for years, and he feels like it's bottom of the barrel. And I did love this kind of just like they're all buddies, and they're they want to go out for drinks, and they take this gal out, and her fiance husband is just like cool, take care of her, I know she's safe with you guys. And then and I like it. I didn't realize how much I like this, but anytime a person in a comic is just like, see you later, gang. And I'm just like, I just really love calling a group of people a gang. I'm just going to do it from now on.
All right. Simple pleasures.
It's a simple pleasure. I know. But yeah, so this all happens. And then on the bottom one, bottom panel, he's saying that, the others leave. And as he enters the castle, Roger becomes aware of the screaming silence, tossing off the possibility that it may be telling him, enter at your own risk. And so, yeah, he's Scooby-Dooing this, what a spooky place. I'm glad we're shooting
And he's
here
supposed
during
to
the day.
scout this, right? Yeah, he's scouting this for the next shoot the next day.
Yep.
Right.
But he's decided to do it in the middle of the night and ignore any hairs on the back of his neck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I my main issue with this, he says like, wow, what a spooky place. I'm glad we're not shooting here, or we're shooting in the daytime. Like, yeah, the spooky place you rented for your spooky movie, you're glad you're not filming during the spooky time of day? That's a weird call.
It is.
I did like the full, like it felt very real. Like it felt like someone who was making this comic had backstage experience, like just the hangout vibe between shots or after a take or something like that. That felt very real. And like you said, I like that he's like, yeah, honey, go ahead, go off with the gang.
Mm-hmm.
Like it made it feel lived in.
It was
in
cool.
a way that like this comic didn't have to do. I thought that was
We
nice.
don't always see that in the Champions or anything. Yeah.
Exactly. They went the extra mile.
I did appreciate the foreshadowing / irony of her saying, can I rely on these two if I'm attacked by a bloodthirsty vampire? Because they're working on a vampire movie.
Yep. It's very subtle.
Yeah. It is
lot of subtlety in this issue.
And if you'll notice throughout, when there is a feature shot of Jeff Rand, you can see the Lancaster. Somebody got the note.
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yep.
Occasionally, there's a close up that gets a little Shatnerian too, but it's mostly like
Yeah.
yeah.
I
This
can
is
see
a
that.
square jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the art's spending time on faces and not backgrounds. They seem to be a lot of flat colors.
Yep.
It's like, oh, this background's red. This one's yellow. This one's blue. Like, we got to move this along.
Yep.
It's
Can't be
interesting
drawing
how.
comics all day.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's just like we can't be drawing comics all day. We got
Yeah, I know. Right.
We got comics to draw.
I was just interested in like how, I mean, obviously we've just said Adkins probably drew the first 9-10 pages, and then Springer came in and inked those and drew and inked the last of the pages. It's so, I know there's inconsistency throughout, but you know, they said that part of the reason they got Springer was because they knew that his inks were so heavy that he could take over Adkins pencils and make them look like his own, so it wouldn't be that continuity kind of break.
Yeah.
But the quality from panel to panel throughout this entire issue to me is kind of wild. Like this, we're looking at here, Roger entering the castle. Look at all the fine hatchwork and like detail that like Frank Thorne's probably just smoking a cigarette. Thank God, I wish I was doing Prince Valiant right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Because he really got into this panel, and there's some where it's just kind of like, oof,
Yeah.
matchbook drawing. So, yeah. Shall we move on?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roger enters there, and he sees that there's a coffin, out, and it's just out in the castle. And he's like, "What is that doing here? There's not supposed to be any props set up." He's like, "Beckman's gonna have kittens when he finds this out." And then he sees that there's a cape in the coffin with a stake stuck in it. He's like, "What? And that stake, geez. Does anybody read the script? This movie's vampires killed by sunlight." And he removes the stake, clearly never reading Tomb of Dracula or seeing any Hammer horror movie ever. And we get a really nice triptych at the bottom of this page of the mist coming up or the whatever out of the coffin, and it's forming into the Dracula analog, and him kind of whipping around, realizing that he just screwed himself. I like this part a lot.
Yep.
It has like a whiff of Gene Colan at the bottom.
Totally.
Yep.
You know, like definitely referencing
The right amount of mist and weirdness.
Yeah.
Kind of elemental, Colan-iness.
His monologue too. It might as well just be like, "Oh man, I love being alive. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and live my life further."
My pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a real like this boat has one more day till retirement kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know he does. Yeah. All right. So yeah, next page, you know, we left off with, you know, rebirth complete, the vampire, and then strikes. And he just gets whopped across the room. So
what's that extra P in WAP for?
I know, weird.
It looks wrong.
Don't they know the song? I don't understand. Yeah.
My first thought, sorry.
That's mine too. I think it was all of our first thoughts. So, but yeah, we get some, I don't know, like a lot of these panels, like I kind of liked like the panel of him, you know, with the vampire coming on and like, you know, I mean, aside from kind of the weird, what are those like I guess they're stones, you know, stones of the castle floor, but
Yeah.
Weird choice.
weird
I love
choice.
that choice.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's very cool. I don't know. That one was very EC to me in a lot of ways, especially the face. So, but you're right, Matt. I mean, from panel to panel, it just goes all over the place. And so we cut to the village tavern, and that's where I like Jeff's trying to pressure the gang into having more drinks. And I love it. They refuse because of professionalism. Like what the hell? Like what kind of film crew is this? They're all like,
I felt bad for him instantly. Like that, you know, he was really putting himself out there. Like, we're all having fun, right? We're all going to hang out more. And they're like,
6 a.m., bud.
I don't know. I do have to go.
Comes early.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to imagine that they just had one drink too.
Same.
And he's just like, come on, a second. Oh, okay. Must not be very good company.
One more O'Doul's? Anybody?
Yeah.
Nobody?
right.
It's no kind of village tavern. So it's like, and then, well, outside a tall caped figure walks toward the tavern. And then, we have the vampire looking in. And it says that he had a, victim to quench his ages-old thirst for blood. But we know that's gonna a little twist there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look at that one. Look at that one with the vampire walking towards the streetlight.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's
It's a
beautiful.
beautiful panel.
Van Gogh, Ditko by way of Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, those swirls.
Yeah, it looks like who's that? Brescia, the
Oh yeah, yeah.
Breccia, I can't remember.
Mhm.
Alberto. It's just like looks like the coolest EC kind of almost woodcut
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
totally.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dope. But again, and then you'll see like, from that panel to the next panel where she almost looks a little identikit. Like it's part of me is like, it's just nice romance comic, auto girl. But then it's also just kind of like, looks like it's just something he just pulled out and he's traced or something several times. Maybe Dan Adkins. I don't know.
Is this also the least or the most underwhelming vampire entrance of all time?
Yeah.
It's just like,
You
like, anybody here?
Yeah, it's the hand on the door.
It's the hand on
The hand on the door really causes it destroys any fear to it.
Yeah.
You're looking at his nails, just like, is that what Dracula's nails look like? And
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little, I don't know. It just feels anticlimactic, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like those kind of like jump scare kind of thing. You just turn around and he's looming in the tavern door. I don't know.
yeah. I was wondering if they had this drawn already, and then he just added teeth. Like he had it drawn for a different comic book.
That was
Like,
actually
no, it's
Jeff.
Dracula. See, look at the teeth. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, if this was next to a panel, the next panel as we get to the next page, it would work a little better. But even in a spread, like jumping from the bottom of one page up to another, it just doesn't land.
No.
It doesn't land at all.
Yeah. I mean, not to get ahead of ourselves, but when you look at the last panel on this page and the first panel on the next page, it's almost like he's saying, it's like, oh no, I fucked up the vampire face. Let me try again.
right. I meant this.
I'm not going to fix the little one though. I've got to move on. Yeah.
There's no time to fix things.
Right. I can't be drawing comics all day.
So the next page we get that panel you're talking about, a gorgeous panel of him like growling, as baring his teeth, there's saliva coming out, ready to strike. And he says, "Katya, my love." And he grabs the female that's with them. "My heart's desire, how I've longed for you." And he throws, is that Jeff back? Or is that Harv?
Yeah. It's Jeff.
Yeah,
He's
it's
got
Jeff,
his orange
yeah.
pants.
It's Jeff. So when does he put the costume on?
Well, right. He's already got his pants on
I think
and his boots. So he just took off his turtleneck and got to action is what happened, I think.
I guess.
I
So
had
he was.
the
So
same
he wore
thought.
that to dinner, or
Yeah.
he wore that out to
that's-
drinks.
He wears it everywhere, man.
I think he changed into it when they wrapped up shooting for the day and they're going down the tavern. I think he wears it around. I think he was, because that one shot we see of him in the tavern, his back's to us.
Yeah.
I think he was wearing it.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he disrobed and revealed it. I think he just walks around in it.
Yeah,
Like
no,
right.
Ed Wood wearing like Angora sweaters on set. Like, he's just like,
But then
nobody
then
has a
there's
problem with it except you. Calm down.
there's the panel. There's the panel where the vampire grabs the woman, and he's still wearing like a black top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Shadow, though.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because he's
maybe.
got. So here's the thing: in the upper right, he's got this turtleneck on. His hands are bare. His hands were bare before, but in the next panel, we can't see his hands, but he's definitely just in the Cougar orange
Yeah.
unitard
Oh.
thing.
Mhm.
But by the bottom panel, we see he's got black gloves on
He
too.
has donned gloves.
So in between getting hit, he's putting on or taking off different things. Yeah.
Oh
Boy,
my
if you
God.
could, if you could come up with an explanation, you could win like 4 no prizes.
Oh my
on this
God.
page
Yeah.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a
Unstable
note.
molecules.
I do recall, Jacob, and that comic book artist, they did say he wasn't meant to wear this outfit. Like, this came down from editorial,
Yeah.
and they were
Really?
pissed about it. So I wonder if they started drawing this with him in street clothes, and then, middle of page 7, the editorial's like, dude, he needs to have a superhero suit on. I'm so sorry.
so they
Maybe that's why Adkins quit the book.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe they're like, erase all that Kolchak. He's wearing a hat the whole time, and they had to erase
Yeah.
that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Started off as Kolchak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harv jumps onto the vampire as Jeff, fully revealed as the Cougar, is fighting with him, and he says like the ribs are snapping like dried twigs. So he's making short work out of these guys, and the Cougar makes his move with cat-like speed, jumps over the table, and kicks into the vampire.
Bullseye.
Yeah, it's a nice it's a Captain Kirk double double foot sideways in the air.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Bullseye. I didn't even. I'm just like blind to some of the like, more corny things in this. I think I just like refuse to see them. Like hysterical blindness.
Ooh,
I
that's
don't
a
see
lot.
that, Jacob. What are you talking about?
That's a lot.
What word balloon that says bullseye?
We didn't mention his whole outfit yet, though.
Yeah,
from the
describe-
cover.
Yes.
Yes.
This is traditionally your
someone
job.
describe it.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's the 70s, so we've got a deep V, but sensibly, it's tied together, so it doesn't just fall off the shoulders.
Right.
So
Well, when you're doing stunts.
yeah,
you
he's got
mean-
crisscross of like some kind of. It looks like a
Like a
front,
plastic man.
front corset.
It is
yeah.
Plastic man corset.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
100%.
But it's all orange. He's got black boots, black gloves, and a black belt with a big old belt buckle on it that has, I'm pretty sure, a cougar head. It looks
Yep.
kind of like a happy little panda or something. But yeah, it's just, and there's no collar. There's just this coming over his shoulders, deep V. I mean, even Morbius has got a collar to like, pep things up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it just,
Yep.
it looks weird and awkward.
Yeah.
Like the
awkward.
tarantula on Casual Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He
Marvel's
shaved
the
his
tarantula,
mustache
sorry.
off.
Yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, he doesn't have like, at least the belt breaks up the unitard thing, or he'd just look even more ridiculous. Just a guy wearing orange
Yeah,
long
it's-
johns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just,
with
just
the DV.
strange, like dead man, plastic man, tarantula, like union suit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all I could think of is that this guy is Johnny Blaze without the Ghost Rider. Like he's just a
Right.
stunt man who does few fights. Like that's
Yeah.
there's it just is it's a bad idea.
There's cat-like reflexes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I do love Trump. The minute that he was like a stuntman, I'm like, I'm in. I don't care. And so, but it started to wane as we went along. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, it was a hell of a kick because this vampire is down for quite some time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. He's like basically knocked out. I guess
Yeah.
he's very hungry, right? He just woke
Oh,
up.
that's true.
Oh, there
He's-
you go.
Oh, okay. He's
no
weekends.
prize for you.
Yeah.
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 Although he just did just drink Roger.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He did-
Roger's
yeah, but
been-
Roger was very sickly. He wasn't healthy. His blood was pruned with.
One beer.
Yeah.
One
No
beer.
duels. Yeah.
And the no prizes did flow.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's move on. So yeah, the vampire's out. And Jeff's like, somebody call the constable and a doctor. But then,
Constable made me wonder, when is this supposed to be taking place in modern times in the 70s?
But in Europe, I'm guessing.
76 and 1976.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's about right.
Castle. If you have a castle,
Yeah.
you have a constable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Or Scotland Yard.
And a Burgomeister.
There's got to be a
Mnemonic
Burgomeister.
device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Frankenstein
Yeah.
series taught me anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the vampire's down for like, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. But then, so help me kind of parse this motion out here.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
do our best. Yeah.
Because there's a lot. So, the vampire wakes up, but a mere flying kick is not enough to defeat the vampire. And so he rises and so he's
rising. Like he ends up upside down very quickly.
Well, because then the cougar grabs him and like hip tosses him.
Yeah. With cat-like reflexes.
with
cat-like
cat-like
reflexes.
reflexes. Matt, is this a defensive move?
It's judo. Is what
It's
it
just
is.
judo, right? Okay, drinking for
okay.
that.
But it,
Take a drink.
yep, it does look like he would have had to jump in to him and pull him over. It's not like it didn't show him lunging or anything.
No.
He's not even in the shot, so it's just a weird fight move right there. Yeah.
There's a
so
lot going on in the gutters between the panels
Yeah.
on this issue for me.
Yeah, I legit thought that he rose up creepily and then turned upside down and was floating in the air to be eerie. I was trying to creep everybody out.
But then, he ends up on his feet with a thud. Suddenly he's no pushover either, it says. And so,
He
yeah.
also has cat-like reflexes.
What is
Yes,
going
it's
on?
a stalemate.
Cats everywhere.
It is a stalemate. Oh. But then, of course, it says, like the cat after which he's named, the cougar pounces upon the undead, but then the vampire's ready for him, takes him up, and I don't know. I love him just narrating his own fight. of course. I mean, that's always a
Loud,
great
yeah,
thing.
right.
He's like, caught, got to do something fast or he'll break me in two. I hope this works. And so, so he's jumped from the vampire's arms, flipped by the barrel, ends up on his feet. Am I getting close to the action
and this
here?
is directly under the panel of the vampire landing on his feet after the judo hip toss. So, we can see that they're very evenly matched.
Yes.
This whole thing is like, this is put together like a wrestling match where it's two guys who are just like trading flips and blows. They're like doing the exact same things to each other back and forth, and the crowd is just popping.
You got
every
to wait
single
a
time.
beat. Yeah.
Why is he just standing there? Move!
And even the way he jumps, it looks like the cougar tries to pounce on the vampire, and the vampire just sort of catches him in the air backwards and throws him. Like, that's what I think happens in that action.
I think the vampire actually picks him up.
He
But
picks
it-
him
it-
up
he
over
picks
his
him up.
head, and then without
So
without leverage, he somehow manages to flip himself over out of the vampire's hands
Or
and
the
land on his
vampire,
feet.
yeah, because the vampire doesn't throw him.
No.
The art and the words are doing two different things.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It says, like the cat after which he is named, the
Mm.
cougar pounces
Yeah.
upon his undead adversary. So, he did jump. Again, this action did not take place to our view, but they just show it's like the vampire lands on his feet, then suddenly the cougar is held over the head of the vampire, then the cougar is thrown across the room or flipped or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's facing him. So there's not a lot of logical flow to the action.
Normally,
No.
it drives me crazy in a 70s comic when the narration is describing exactly what you're seeing in the art, but actually, it's very helpful.
It's
Yeah,
filling
yeah.
in what you're not seeing in the art. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
By my reckoning, Jacob, he just used the vampire's momentum to his advantage in
Yes,
a
he
fight.
did.
So it's
Yes,
judo
he did.
somehow.
All right.
all right.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
2 on a page. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We've been sadly sober this Atlas season, and I am
Zero big glass.
I am zero big glass. How's that even happened?
I
yeah.
believe in nothing,
I don't know. So the action is so weird in this whole issue. I just keep thinking, like, did Dan Adkins get to this point and be like, fuck it, I can't do this. Like, I don't know. I don't like what I'm doing. Or maybe I think at this time, the fanzines are starting to kind of be, I don't know if the incredible Dan Adkins tracing machine article has come out yet.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's
people
right.
are kind of being like, okay, I think he doesn't just do, like, oh, I'm borrowing this, but he's light boxing this shit. Like he's seriously swiping stuff. And so maybe if the wheels and rumors are starting to go, maybe this is what it looks like when he's like, oh shit, I don't have anything to swipe anymore. I think I forgot how to draw comics.
Oh.
People are throwing pennies at him in public.
Well, his art is really good, but the fights and just the way that the humans interact with each other is so stilted and awkward. And this whole issue, specifically the first half.
Yeah, the continuity is all over the place.
Yeah, if this were a movie, you would just be going, "What in the fuck?" the whole
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at the faces on these two panels that I'm displaying here at the bottom of the page. I mean, the detail, just they're very crude.
Mhm.
They are.
Yeah.
Look at his face.
I know some of that's on Springer, but I like to believe it's Adkins' fault.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is like some Fletcher Hank stuff without the
It
hilarious
is,
charm.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
the bizarre charm. Like, this
Yeah.
is it's not Stardust.
It is not.
Nothing is.
Okay, so he's landed this whatever this was, and the constable showed up, and he puts a few rounds into the vampire, and that gun is futile. We get some arrows between panels, which I always hate, and they're kind of confused, and Jeff's like talking smack to the constable, and he's like, I don't appreciate your humor. He's like, hey, who's laughing? And the girl asks Jeff, are you all right? He's like, I'm fine, nothing a few band-aids can't fix, but Harv, he's probably pretty banged up, and they check in on him, and we get some weird stuff from Mitchell here where they ask Harv, how are you doing, buddy? He says, not so good. Feel like a bag of loose change. My pride's hurt too. And then Jeff says, tell me about it. That guy kicked us around like wet laundry.
Yeah, you know
Is
how
English
you
his
kick
first
wet laundry
language?
around? Everyone does that, right? Yeah.
Remember, he's a production manager with very few writing credits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I was
Yeah,
just kind of like,
shocking that this didn't lead to a lot more writing work for him.
Weird, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kicked around like What do you kick around?
It's like, think. And he's like, kicks a pile of wet laundry in his apartment. He's like, oh, of course. Everybody's.
I kick that all
Very
the time.
relatable.
Yeah, well,
I don't
even
know.
just like, okay, that panel where he's like, look, he's escaping. Like the face that's facing us is really cool. Like it's really well done. And then you follow the arrow to the next one. And again, it's so bad. The lady is just devolving from like cool romance stuff to like Charlton romance. I mean, like
Yeah.
66, 67, like
Yeah,
not good
right.
stuff. I have some of those, and they are bad. And she's devolving into that, and he's just, I don't know, wildly different between panels.
Yeah, he's got the man of many faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he is Plastic Man.
That's possible.
That would be
Is
an
this a
amazing
stealth
reveal.
Plastic Man
Yeah.
series?
This is a backdoor pilot to a Plastic Man detective story.
Yep.
Where he's a stunt person.
She looks like an identikit drawing to me.
She does.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you describe her as if she were facing me? No.
Yeah. Nope.
That's what I saw. I saw a 3/4 profile, and that's
I
really good.
cannot. I'm sorry.
Two eyes?
I think so.
No way.
I have
If they're
to
going to be
assume.
weird, they're going to be kind of strange looking. So
Gonna be a little strange.
Not necessarily on the same plane.
Possibly a lip or a mustache. We'll decide later. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. I know.
yeah, it's
Anyway.
okay.
It's
yeah,
weird.
It's weird as you know, most of this is.
Yep.
The vampire in sideways in that one panel makes me very uncomfortable. Like where his arm is on the shoulder of the cop.
Yeah.
He's leaping over him like a pommel horse.
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like he's gonna
It's
tap his
just
heels
gymnastics now.
together.
Yeah.
Cat-like reflexes.
Cat-like
Right.
I keep
God damn,
forgetting.
I
What
keep
don't you
forgetting.
get, Jamie?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man. So okay, this
He has-
this genuinely made me laugh. So Harv is on the ground. He has multiple broken ribs. But the first thing he says is like, you know, I've got a theory about this guy, Jeff. Oh man.
Because after you've broken a few ribs, what you want to do is take a giant breath
Yeah.
and then
Light up a
say a lot of
cigarette.
words. Yeah.
Expound.
He's so casual about it. You know what, buddy? I think I have a theory. And then this is what you were talking about before, Matt. Remember that TV movie we worked on about the vampire in Las Vegas? Remember the scene where the vampire was tossing us around like we were made of styrofoam? And then, that is the pilot, right? Or that's the movie. That's the first
That's
movie.
the first TV movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we find out that Jeff Rand probably was a stunt double for Carl Kolchak,
Yeah.
for Darren McGavin.
You can see it.
Which makes this comic better.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
It makes it weirder.
Kids love that, right?
Yeah.
Osmosis?
Yeah, but then I love the next panel too. He's just like, add things up. My cracked ribs and your bruises speak for themselves. He's in a great mood. He's in a weird mood for being so injured. So injured that in the next panel, it looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
He looks like
Carried
a
away
cadaver.
in a
Like they're like,
stretcher.
oh,
Yeah.
we tried all we can, but those broken ribs killed him.
And do you think he was meant to die there?
Yes.
I think he was,
I-
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Just a rewrite?
Yeah.
Because it's so dark, I guess.
Well, because I don't know, you look at his face, like in that first panel on the page, and then his eyes close,
Yeah.
and then they're taking him out, and
mostly under a sheet.
mostly under a sheet. Yeah.
You're right.
he
That
died the way he lived.
That first
Talking about
face,
vampires.
he looks like his like it's frozen in terror and he's dead.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
like, that's it.
gasping his last breath.
Yeah.
And then as he is dead, or as his soul is leaving his body, he's then talking about how
Describing
he's definitely a vampire.
hit
Yeah.
I can't just
movie.
shake.
I got a theory,
shut up.
buddy.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, I know. And then the narration's like outside the tavern, the Cougar and Kathy observe with some sadness Harv's departure for the hospital. And they're like, "Oh, you think he's going to be all right?" And he's like, "He's fine." Like,
Walk it off.
Walk it
Walk
off.
it off.
walk it
Grab some
up.
dirt.
God damn. You know.
You a
Yeah.
baby?
Then he's like, "Oh," and then Jeff's trying to be, nice. He's being like, "Well, Roger's probably waiting for you at the hotel. So yeah. Let's just get a good night's sleep. We're going to forget the whole thing." And then, as he's saying, I guess you're right. See you tomorrow, Jeff, as she's saying. And then, we get the vampire hiding behind the wall in a weird shadow, strange looking
commercial
shadow.
break.
Yep. That is
Yeah.
the
Yep.
commercial break.
That's
You
Burt
ever, like-
Lancaster. I'm sorry. That's just fucking Burt Lancaster.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. This is where I thought it was Shatnerian, but now that I've pieced that together, it's
Yeah,
Burt Lancaster 100%. Yeah.
And so this is my guess. I think this is where Adkins left. And then I think the rest of this is all Frank's brain.
I agree.
Okay.
That's what I have in my notes. I think this is his last page.
Yep. Because everything else starts making a lot more sense.
Well, don't let the door hit you on the ass. Is what
Yeah.
All right, we moving on.
Yeah.
So we cut to the next day on the set of Gore of Dracula, and the director's having a conniption fit that Roger's not there, and she's yelling at Kathy. He's like, your boyfriend's drunk. He probably went out on a bender, and she's like, no, he's sober. He hasn't touched a drop in months. And Jeff intervenes because he's the hero and has to intervene in every situation there's any conflict. And he's like, well, but he wasn't at the hotel last night. She's like, no, his bed wasn't slept in. And then the director's like, oh, well, there you go. He's out there, drunk somewhere. And Jeff says, no, he went to the castle to prep for the shoot tomorrow. And we get, wow, that Kathy in the foreground, like with the keen painting eyes.
Oh
like,
my God.
she was bonkers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But still a grand improvement from, identikit Kathy that we've seen for the
At
rest.
least there's layers of depth now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true.
So, yeah.
So, your theory is we're a fully Frank Springer art at this point, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then we see they go to the castle to check up on him. Like, why would he be here? And like, well, he's here to take notes on the scenes we're doing tomorrow. So let's go inside. And again, I feel like Frank really likes doing the castles.
Yeah.
He's good at them. Yeah, he's great at them. The thing that I noticed weirdly about this page, okay, it's the next day. They're on set. Jeff's, a stuntman on set. He's in his Cougar suit. He's in his superhero suit.
Oh, yeah.
He wears it between takes.
Strips off the
absolutely does.
clothing, and then he
There are
feels
dozens of us. Dozens.
He just puts his costume on. His like stuntman costume on over that.
Yeah.
And takes the gloves off if he has to.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
my wife, one of her best friends, when she was in kindergarten, went to school every day wearing a skunk costume, like literally every day of kindergarten.
Wow.
And her mom would have to peel it off of her every few days and like wash it and get it washed so that she'd have it to wear the next day.
Wow.
Which is charming when you're talking about a kindergartner.
Yes. Right.
But
Right.
when it's a grown man wearing his Plastic Man suit
Yeah.
every single day.
Unless he's got a Homer Simpson closet filled with the identical outfits.
Sure.
Yeah.
He might.
Even then,
Even
he
then.
should probably talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of talking to someone, you ever go out for drinks and then you see a bar fight and then the next day you're like, that bar fight was crazy. Wasn't that bar fight crazy? And then you go to work and you tell everybody about the bar fight. If you were making a movie about vampires and then went out and got attacked by a vampire, I think they didn't even bring it up to this
You're
guy.
still talking about that today?
On a vampire movie, on the gore of vampire, the gore of Dracula. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
God.
even the craziest thing happened last night.
Yeah.
Nope. Nothing. Not a peep.
Nope. All
They have
professionalism.
jelly donuts over the craft service table. Did you guys see that?
Right.
We got scenes to shoot, man.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So next page, it says, after an exhaustive search, and then, they come across him and his body is, find Roger. And, Roger looks, pretty horrifying. His limbs are kind of all at strange angles, and there's some blood. There's a lot of blood. And then also, they go and, they notice, his body seems to be drained of blood. And then, the director doesn't seem to give a shit at all.
No, not at all.
He's just
Time
like,
is money.
yeah. And he's just like, come off it, Rand. You've been taking this film too seriously. One of his actors is dead. Yeah. Or his PA is dead. And, so, I kind of applauded, the Cougar's next move, which is he just tries to murder him. Basically, so he's just
Throttle
like,
him,
look,
yeah.
you callous windbag, that dead body is not the product of our special effects department. Roger's not going to get off the ground when you say cut. And he's just throttling the guy. So it's just, yes, you're choking me.
And in his first issue, this is this guy's first comic book. This was our introduction to him. And like this comic has one chance to make him look like a protagonist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
he's choking
again,
this guy.
Poor Kathy. She's just she's a different person in almost every frame.
Made out of silly putty in this panel.
She is.
Yeah. She has that Springer forehead from now on.
It is.
But she does look appropriately shocked. Like she like, so they're behind like the Cougar
in the
is
background.
yelling. Yeah. Jeff's yelling about how this guy's dead and never getting off the ground, and not really sensitively thinking about how his fiance, girlfriend, wife, I don't exactly know their relationship, is standing right there trying to process the gruesome murder scene
She is.
of her partner. Yeah.
Well, she is.
No one talks to her or about her in this entire scene.
Maybe she's not there.
It's
Maybe
like
she's a ghost.
It's like the opposite of the Bechdel test. If you have a female character in your comic that no one talks to,
Yeah, but also she has the pinky in the mouth, which is, a silent movie cue that the damsel is upset.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Psychotic break.
Psychotic break is coming. Jeff stops throttling the director, who says, like, idiot, if you ever do that to me again. Jeff's like, you'll nothing. A buddy of mine is dead. I'm going to find out who killed him. You'll nothing.
You'll nothing.
Yep.
Or else, said the stuntman. With cat-like reflexes.
Bullseye.
Oh, man.
Zing.
I was a big fan of the him just flying off the handle and trying to choke a B movie director. That was awesome.
yeah, terrific.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the art here, like this, I almost kind of like this one panel of him saying that he's drained of blood. Like, it's very Golden Age kind of looking to me.
Mhm.
Again, it's just panel to panel. It's just like a oil and water color or food color under slides. Like, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wildly inconsistent.
constantly shifting, and it's kind of unsettling.
Which
And
would
the
be
story
cool if
is
it was
this-
on purpose.
Yeah,
serving the
exactly.
serving the story.
It's like, oh, we're in some kind of dreamscape and it's all shifting underneath our feet, something like that.
Yeah,
But that
This
panel
is all
I
just
did
kind of
Yeah.
Boris Karloff presents kind of like Gold Key level, like for 8-year-olds monster book. So it's not adding up. It's not. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Moving on. So I got excited when I saw a bookstore because, if you guys listen to our Son of Satan season, we love people to research.
Yes.
It's research
Right.
time.
Yep.
Research and naps. Yeah.
And honestly, I just like picturing this guy walking around a Romanian village wearing his little leotard or whatever it is, his little getup. All these people, there's a constable. They must be just looking at him, just like, spilling their wine out of their jugs or whatever, just watching him go down the cobblestone streets. Like, what the hell?
The circus idiot.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe that's why they're cool with him. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be true. He might remind them of some of the entertainers who pass through the village every now and again. I don't know. So he's seeking some lore on vampires. So he goes to the bookstore and meets an old guy there. And, he's like, well, I love this, like, very specific, like, indeed I do. Would you like something about the vampires from this part of the world? Like, actually, I want to know about the castle outside of this town. Like, I have that book.
Yeah.
So, first of all, he's very interested that this young whippersnapper wants to know all the stuff about this. Americans would call it a baloney, these vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it down the dusty recesses of an age-old store down into the cellar. So we got the Necronomicon.
That's where the good shit
and
is.
all that stuff is down there. And he explains that, there was a castle built in the 1600s by Baron Krolock,
Oh, boy.
not Orlok.
Orlok,
Krolock.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And he went
It's
off
a
to
real
fight.
shitting situation.
Yeah. He went to fight the Turks, and when he returned, he did so as one of the undead. So much like Vlad Tepes, he went off on a campaign of war and returned tainted with vampirism.
It happens.
Yeah.
I do love the Wilford Brimliness of this bookstore owner too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sell you
He's
oats,
got
tell
big
you about
Brimley
diabetes.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
The right thing to
really,
do.
Yeah.
They could have saved themselves a page or page and a half here if he just said, yeah, he's a default vampire.
Yeah.
right.
You know, Dracula,
Front,
it's that.
It's
crosses.
just that.
Yeah.
You know, right? Yeah, I was with you though, Matt. It did make me happy. I was just like, wait, the hero's going into a bookstore. He's gonna do research. I was just like,
No.
yeah.
He's going to make the old man do research for him.
Yeah, I know.
Or he's gonna judo him. That's what's gonna happen.
God, I
Yeah.
wish.
Tell me what I want to know or I'll strangle you right now.
Do you have a book about this? And then can you read me that book?
It's very Homer Simpson.
Again, stunt guy, kind of like reflexes, not a big reader.
Yeah, a lot of concussions. In,
More of a physical guy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, all right. So yeah, next page. So yeah, the old man's just continuing. He's explaining one of the villagers found. Okay, so the villagers found one of the vampire's blood lovers, Katya, and hatched a plan to destroy him forever. So okay, so Kolchak came to get her. The villagers killed him. They put a wooden stake through his heart, placed his remains in the cellar of the castle. And so, yeah, that's the story we get. And I like that the guy's like, why all the questions? You know, and he's like, do you think that Kolchak will walk again? He's like, no, I don't. Just doing a little research. I'm making you do a little research for the film I'm working on. Thanks for your time. And then he just, yeah, you're right. I would love it more. I mean, maybe not. I mean, this is great. No one comments on his costume. Every just thing. Well, you know, they're just like Americans, man.
Yeah, they all dress like this.
They do, you know, maybe it's what they thought. And so yeah, Jeff heads out to the local constable with this crazy story. And he's asking for protection for Kathy. And, he talks to Herr Baumer. And, but he says, you know, I don't subscribe to the vampire theory any more than you do. But after that scene in the tavern, you know, Kathy should have some police protection. And the guy's like, you worry too much, Herr Rand. I shot and hit that fiend in the tavern several times. So yeah.
and then he jumped around still.
He did. He got up.
Clearly. Yeah.
It's like the
Like, we all
constable
saw that
empties,
happen, right?
constable empties his gun and then just like, well, that's it. And just like turns around and walks out immediately.
He's definitely going to die. If he makes it out, he's going to die in the street. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And then we don't have to worry about it.
No.
Yeah, because that's not how the law works around here.
Also, look at the difference in Jeff.
Oh, I know. I was just
The
gonna
4
say.
panels we have are 4 different Jeffs, except for his, you know, sweet costume. Yeah.
God, you're right.
Yeah,
His belt buckle's getting bigger though,
I
too,
know.
like more of a wrestling
Yeah.
belt.
It's
So
a
I like
metaphor
that.
for his
Yeah.
member.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that bottom left one, that looks like a tarot card. Like costume
Yeah.
fool. Costume
does.
fool.
Yep.
Cougar the fool. Yeah.
Some hastiness may have been applied to
Yeah.
these pages. Yeah.
yeah.
Man. Yeah, he's just constantly shifting and he's like Clayface.
Yeah.
All
Some
right.
kind of plastic man.
Yeah, he's a plastic man.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy says, you know, all right, you got a big shot movie production thing going on here. You guys deserve a little protection. We'll have some guards on you guys. So, yeah, Jeff looks very comfortable in Kathy's room, just chilling out, feet kicked up on her bed. And he's like, so, you know, that guy, that vampire thought you were Katya, and that was the name of his favorite lady friend, which made me think of Big Lebowski. She's not my fucking special lady, man. She's my fucking lady friend. But he seems to be kind of comfortable with his dead friend's girlfriend.
Yep.
But they put together the whole trope of you remind the guy of a dead love, and so we can use that. And see Kathy here at the bottom left. She's seen better days. A lot of solid background colors, like just green. And
She gets a line of dialogue, though.
Yeah, she gets to say something. That's her big
Good
line.
for her. Yeah.
Then you're sure Kolchak is a vampire? And that's it. That's a wrap for Kathy, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's like saying everything adds up, right? The bullets, the draining the blood, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that everybody who's over 4 years old reading this comic already knows by heart.
Right.
Yeah, and then we see Kolchak approaching. I do like this over the, like this kind of crane shot or whatever up above him as he's like approaching the cops outside of the room. They're like, hey, stop right there. We'll be forced to. He says, I shall go where I please. And man, he looks rode hard and put away wet. Says,
Wet laundry. Yeah.
Most people can be intimidated by an officer of the law, but a vampire is not most people. And this vampire is Sam Waterston?
Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, you're right. It's like everyone is progressively getting rougher too.
Yeah.
It's just like, did Frank Springer, I mean, you know, if you're taking over a book from someone that's just like, I don't give a shit about this book anymore, it's kind of a losing battle, right? You're not going to throw your A game into this because you're not going to remember it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's been proven.
I mean,
It could be a day.
yeah.
For him to like do these 10 page. We don't know what when Adkins was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing this. And they're like, well, it's got to go to print in, a few days. So
This could have been a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Like the rest of the entire book.
Right.
Yeah.
Adkins probably spent 2 weeks being like, maybe I can do this. And then very slowly decided he couldn't.
like
Yeah.
that
Close to the deadline.
stagecoach
That's fair.
fight was great.
Yeah.
And then fell apart.
That's very fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Because we start losing backgrounds here all over the place.
Yeah, they just go by the wayside. It's like we're blacking out as readers. Losing consciousness.
Like we're the director being choked out. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the vampire is easily throwing the cops around. He kicks in the door and that should work, but it's also really disturbing and weird. Like, I don't know. And then he kicks in the door, crash, and Cougar's like, what the? And then we get a real superhero move from the vampire who just is coming towards us, fist coming towards us, little lines coming off of that. And he's like, out of my way, troublesome flea. And then, Jeff gets hurled about.
You know how vampires famously punch people in the chin?
They do, obviously.
Classic vampire move.
Yeah.
So he's Crump. He's thrown across the room. And then, Kathy's just like, please stay away. I'm not your Katya. He's like, silence, you are mine. You will remain mine forever. Immortal and undead. So did Jeff hit the wall so hard that it cracked all of the plaster?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite bit of staging in the whole comic. I thought that was a really, really nice touch.
Can someone help me? Why does Krolak have the Joker's chin in this last panel?
He's been growing a chin as he gets angrier. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Pinocchio scenario.
Yeah.
It's a lesser known vampire power.
God, it's weird.
Doesn't the panel of the Cougar getting punched, or that middle one on the bottom, doesn't he look like a toy?
Yeah, kind of.
Totally.
Like for some reason the
A
scale
kid
like
throwing a
doesn't
toy
work.
across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one
it's
play
really
set
sketchy.
I don't care for. I wouldn't want this play set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get the feeling from this bottom left panel is like this is Frank on a time crunch.
Oh yeah. I mean, he put most of her face out of the panel so he wouldn't have to draw it. Like that's the most. Those are like the most basic lines for a face you could have.
Yep.
Besides, like the Watchmen circle, like the circle with two dots in it.
All right, we moving on.
Let's do it.
All right. So, oops.
So then he gets a radar sense.
Oh, yeah.
He's daredeviling.
So it looks like he's has some kind of power here. I was about to drink, and then it's like, nope, he's just got a splitting headache.
Concussion.
He regains consciousness. Yeah, he's got a concussion probably. Kathy, where are you? She's gone. And Korwalk's got her. Now his name is Korwalk when it was Krowalk.
That's right.
Oh yeah! Wow.
And
That's another vampire thing. Their names change over time.
Yeah.
That's part of the
Names and chins.
Jacob, I know it's pretty late in the run of the show for a new drink, but I think these typographical things like this, changing names, I'm drinking for that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
we
seems fair.
haven't come up with a new drinking rule for a while. All season, especially. So kudos to you, my friend. I will drink to that.
This is the way.
Yeah, so there's this nice darkest moment here where he's kind of like looking in the mirror and he's thinking out loud about how Korlock/Krowlock has Kathy and he's going to drain of her blood and his castle probably, so that's where I should go. And man, we get this hilarious, this totally out of place comedy scene where he runs out of the hotel and this painfully cliche British couple pulls up. They're newlyweds. They're there for their honeymoon. And he runs out and he pulls a fucking Fletch and pretends to be the goddamn valet. He says, I'll park your car. Welcome, man. Congratulations. And he gets to the car and like, vroom, 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 and there's just this panel of them standing there like, what the fuck?
Their luggage is still on the car.
Yeah, their luggage is still in the car. And then he pulls up and there's just a little note saying, you know, a desperate cougar pulls up before Krolak's castle, but there's no time for subtlety. I'll use the front door. Like, yeah, we don't need to. Do you ever think anything you don't say, you know?
No.
There hasn't been time for subtlety in this entire comic. Why would we start now?
Yeah.
So this whole little weird scene of just throwing in comedy, I don't know if it was a throwback to like Universal horror where there's always comic relief or something. It was just so weird. Like,
and right on the tail of the only time where our protagonist has had any human emotion, really.
Yeah.
You know, he's like having a tortured moment, and then it like snaps, and it's like,
yeah, how do we get him driving a car really fast?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay. We're nearing the end, fellas.
We're going to make it. Bring it home.
We can do this.
We can. All right. So yeah, Jeff runs into the castle just in time, but you know, he's swatted away by the vampire. Who just so the vampire, he just keeps kicking the cougar's ass. Like he's starting to look kind of like a film noir protagonist. You know how they're always just get the shit kicked out of them, like the whole
knocked out.
Yeah, so
that would be cool if they made more of a point of it. Like what he does is takes a fall. Like
right.
He takes a punch. He's takes a fall
guy.
He's a fallish guy.
You know, he's a hero because he gets back up again.
You can't never ever keep him down.
You can't knock. Yeah, he ain't never gonna. Keep
him down. Man. So okay. So all right. Again, he's doing a lot of action. Okay, well, it's more on 2 pages from now. Okay, so he grabs a sword off the wall, and he's coming towards him, and he impales the vampire with the sword, and he's like, oh, but right now, you know, it's useless. And so vampire's still coming at him. Says, I have a feeling I'm gonna get slaughtered for this, and then just gets punched across the room.
Right.
Again,
the second time in a page.
Yeah. A closed hand punch to this time.
Yeah.
Like he's been just sort of open hand swatted a few times in this book too.
And again, cool if he was like battered and bruised and he's like, I gotta keep going, you know,
Daredevil style.
Yeah. Cool hand Luke in the yard kind of, you know, just like, but that's not what this is. He just keeps coming back.
He's not strategically getting his ass kicked.
No.
He's just getting his ass kicked.
Right.
Just got to buy time. Yeah.
For what?
For 3 more pages.
For sunrise?
We're almost out of
something,
pages.
You know? Yeah. Okay. I did like this little sequence here. I know it's kind of chaotic with a lot of too much thought, but I did kind of like this here, and I like the next sequence that it goes into on the next page. So he's out, and the vampire's picked him up. He's carrying him, but he's still conscious. No, I'm going to get out of this unless the curtain. If he can't see, he can't squeeze. What the hell does this plan?
I mean, that's a classic vampire weakness going back to the 1800s.
Apparently it's just vampires, because I know if you blindfold me, I can squeeze anything. Grapefruit, marshmallow, pillow, teddy bear, whatever.
Oh, yeah, their squeeze reflex gets cut off, but because of the chin is so long, the blood.
So his big gambit here is to pull the curtain off of the castle walls, wrap it over the vampire's head, and then he punches him. And he lays in a little bit, just, a few haymakers, which would normally send a guy into the middle of next week. But a vampire is a tough opponent, and just one of his haymakers will knock the same elephant into the middle of next month. Splat. Thump.
Sounds like my stepdad's. Well, it sounds like my stepdad.
Yeah. So he's kind of, getting his ass handed to him, getting thrown out of the room, and then he sees in the middle of the chamber they're in the castle, there is a brittle-looking wooden table. If I can just break it. The Baron's cruel smile changes it to a mask of hideous evil as he closes in on the cougar.
Yeah. Oof. All right. Well, we know his plan now.
to fall on a table.
He's a fallish guy.
He is. Oh man, you're right. So dumb. All right. So okay, we get a lot of action on this last page. A lot of kind of. I mean, the action kind of makes sense.
Yeah, this flows a
Well,
little bit.
there's a panel missing. It seems between
There
cold
is.
meat and there's a little bit missing there.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
There's also
Yeah. Go on.
yeah. So that top panel on the page, it looks like he's like coming on a water slide or something. I'm trying to, because he kind of like
Whee!
does this crazy
Ass
like
slam?
ass slam,
like
but
he-
then like goes up somehow.
Yep.
Because if you jump up and you stick your legs straight up and just ass plant into somebody's face
Right.
that's standing, you'll just kick right over it and then land on a table. That's how it works.
Not-
Oh,
Yeah.
is that his head?
Not the
is
cougar.
He assing into his head?
I think he's assing his head. I think he's assing his face
Oh,
and
he
bouncing
is.
right over it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's
Well,
like
that's
it's
insult
like
to injury right there.
Yeah.
that's not a tea bag. That's a coffee.
Yeah.
coffee
And
bag.
also,
Right.
there's fangs. Like, don't go ass first into the face of a vampire.
oh, that's unsanitary at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh
have
my God.
another, let's call it a Mitchellism, I guess. It's just like to get on the table, you got to go over the count, miss, and you're cold meat.
What?
Which, yeah, okay. So,
That's so-
so he's just kicked. So, okay, he's kicked that table, the brittle table. So, yeah, ass slams the vampire, jumps. Okay, I mean, so he. I'm trying to follow the little action, swirl or whatever there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're like, okay, bounces off of that, then flips, but then just puts himself down against the table. Then
And what's weird is I think if it didn't have the action swirl,
It would work.
It would
better.
make
it would,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. your brain would fill in the missing bits.
But because the swirl is incorrect and like impossible, like, you can't. It's like
It's
an Escher drawing.
it's like the it's the same problem as the cover.
Yeah.
right. It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cold meat.
Cold
Cold
meat.
meat. And-
Everybody says it. and
Yeah,
That's where it came from.
So many people
Picking a
say it.
bag of laundry.
So between the cold meat panel and him impaling the vampire, he has grabbed a splintery piece of this table and held it up as the vampire is jumping to attack him. And then so he pierces the vampire's heart. And then as the vampire is pulling out, going out, falling onto the ground, Jeff, in true Fall Guy fashion, is like, oh my God.
He knew this was going to
Look
happen.
at his butt.
He did.
It's like, I've got to tell the special effects guys how this really goes down. Yeah.
Yeah, so all right, and so we got 2 panels left. We're gonna see what we've seen a lot. So this is with Kolchak destroyed. Kathy snaps out of her hypnotic trance. She gets another line. Jeff, where's Kolchak? He's like, that dust is all that's left of him. She's like, are you okay? No, I got some bruises to remember him by, but I'll live. And Matt, I swear to God, we've seen this panel like 5 or 6 times this season. It's like action, action, action. One last panel to where, the hero, Cougar's like, come on, babe, let's go home. Finn,
because we live together.
You're mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
won you.
So her fiance was killed earlier that day.
Earlier that
Yeah.
day.
So property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe last night. at
Oh, maybe the day
Maybe the
before,
day
because he
before.
did the research at the
So it's
bookstore.
been
Yeah.
24
Certainly
hours.
no more than 36 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Sure.
Yeah, she's
moved
in.
on. They weren't
Yeah.
close. Also, where is she? Look at how she's kneeling and he's standing in that second to. That doesn't make sense at
You're
all.
right. I didn't even see that.
Like, unless she's on a stage, maybe she's on a stage. Maybe it was a castle stage.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I like that both of her lines of dialogue are about men. Where's
Yeah,
Kolchak?
yeah,
Are
yeah,
you
right.
okay?
Damn right.
I think that you guys could have your missed opportunity was inventing Atlas no prizes and drinking to those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be dead, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Small price to pay.
They never would have
I've
made
heard
it through
some.
the season.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
based on the Cougar alone, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Wow. God. What a trip. They don't make them like this anymore because they can't. Because so many people would stop them.
Yeah. Many
and they might.
many assistant editors would be like, hold on a
Yeah.
second here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that he's just kind of inherited Kathy. Like, it's just, you understand you're having sex with me tonight, right? Oh, of course.
right.
Of course, you're the cougar. Like, why wouldn't I?
That's what. Come on, babe. Let's go home. That's what that
Yeah.
means.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's TV speak.
It's not even code.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm laying pipe tonight.
Yeah, but except he's not going to take off the costume.
No,
so
no,
yeah,
no,
absolutely
absolutely
stays on.
not.
No, he has a zipper.
it's more-
That's it. That's as much as he's going to
Okay.
take it off. It's just,
I wasn't even thinking there's a zipper. I just thought it was just a dry sort of deal. Yeah.
he has a
He might
Velcro
unlace.
patch.
He might unlace a couple.
Yeah.
a couple
Right.
notches,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, he-
man.
like-
Oh my god.
You know how britches have the little buttons in the back so you can go out to the outhouse at night and
Yeah.
Yep.
do your business?
Yeah,
he
right,
has that in the
right.
front.
He is a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obscured by the giant belt buckle.
Yeah, that's-
but
He
it's
does
there.
refer
Yeah.
to this costume as flannel, either in this
The next
issue-
one.
I don't, not in this
It's the
issue, but
next
in the
one,
next
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
there's a couple times where he calls it flannel, and I was like, so these are just pajamas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you just you
Yep.
you can't wear flannel
No.
24/7.
You got to
Like,
watch that.
Not
Yeah,
with
yeah.
gloves
Not-
too.
yeah.
You're gonna need to hose that guy off.
Yeah, I can imagine he just
With
reeks.
fire.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a cougar.
Yeah.
Like a cougar does.
Does a cougar smell? I don't know.
We'll buy
The
you another
musk
pair.
of the
No,
cougar.
these are my pair. So that is issue 1 of the Cougar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'd like to do some shout outs here. All right, so many of the show's listeners support the podcast by becoming Patreon members. There are several tiers of support to fit every budget. The most popular of those, though, is Pack Member, and that's at $5 a month. And they get a special weekly show called The Shadow Show in audio or video format. And they get some gated content that other lower tiers don't get. And they also get shout-out credits in the bonus show and verbal shout-outs in the main show. And that is fine folks like Ben Potter,
Blake, last name withheld.
Brad Elmore,
Bryan Steed.
Brian from Marvel by the Month.
That's me. That guy. Caleb,
Dave Kennedy.
David D,
David Goodwin.
Glenn Lash.
Grace,
James Shegus.
Jared from Swords and Scrolls podcast,
Jason W.
Jeff Fitzpatrick.
Jerry from Buffalo,
Justin the Owl.
Kyle from the Heartland,
Matt Harvey.
Melissa Watts.
Michelle from Moonlit Comics,
Mighty Morphin Blue.
Pat Zvek.
Robb from Marvel by the Month.
That's me.
That's you.
Russ from Taste the Pod of Dracula.
oh, it's me, sorry, Sha David,
Tony Iupi.
Tim Tucker,
And Worm Drive Pro.
Yeah.
But there is another level to our Patreon. These are the fine folks called the Star Gods. They're celestial barbarian deities, and they are our Uber patrons, and they get everything that you get from, the main show. They get all sorts of stuff like that. They get everything you get at the lower tiers, but they also get special gated content just for them. So I think the last thing we did for them was going through the Atlas Monster magazines, correct, Matt?
yes, I think so.
And then we
Question
are
mark?
going to soon. We keep threatening, and we will do it soon. We are going to do a overview of the Skywald epic, the Human Gargoyle.
Yes.
Ooh.
So Star Gods also get a shout out on the main show, and they are fine folks like Ben M.
Bill Eschbach,
Brink.
Eric Hadley.
Jason Finestone,
Jesse McFerrin,
John Walsh,
Josh Link.
MJ.
Mark Nivens,
Michael Giacchino,
Ryan from Across the Bifrost,
And Jackson Tiberius Overstreet.
Yes. Why haven't we said
Now
that
it can
this
be
whole
revealed.
time?
this has all been a waste.
It has. You've taught us
Start
a
over.
lot tonight about how to do the show
Well,
the rest of the season.
None of it's useful.
Yeah. It's all useful.
Yep. I don't know. The Monster Mag thing might have been a thing. I also did the Tippy Teen Omnibus that everyone was clamoring for.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That
because-
was so much fun. Yeah.
I love my Vicky. I love my Archie ripoffs. So,
Mhm.
but I put that out for everybody. I think that was actually something that anybody
Yeah.
who is a Patreon member, free or not, whatever. I think anybody got that. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm so excited to do that Skywold Gargoyles thing.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. Yeah, so there was no letters column. This ran for 2 issues. The 2 issues were 3 months apart. So I'm not sure what was up with that, but
Well, they were like, how can we top the first issue? Like, we set the bar
Well,
so
So
high.
high.
They were so intimidated.
how can
Yeah.
we fit all
And
of these letters into one issue? That's
See, I think probably they did get letters, but
not the kind they were looking for.
no plants in that
Right.
one.
No.
Yeah.
Boy. So for the rest of the story, it's mercifully short. There was a second issue. I think Buckler and I forgot who the person was. Did the inks
on
on
the
this
cover, Buckler and Milgram.
one. Milgram.
Oh, it
thank
was
you.
Al Milgram. Okay,
mhm.
cool.
Yeah, so we get a Wolfman in this one, and we're promised this is the beginning of the origin of the Cougar. So they obviously realized after the first issue, like, there's a lot of question marks around this dude. We should really dive in, and we do dive in. He's working on a quote Trojan War movie epic, but they wear chainmail. I don't know why, but a werewolf just tears some dude's throat out, and they find him on the set. And then we get thrown back into time, and we see where Jeff Rand came from, and he's good old Bayou people. And we get to see them. We find out that please.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
There's a real weird aside when you first see the Bayou family that he's a part of, where he just makes a point of saying, "It's like, even though Mother was a lot younger than the old man, it was the greatest life a boy could ask to live," and then never touches on it
No,
again.
that's the Bayou, my friend.
like someone's subconscious was leaking out. Like, why was that in there?
Yeah, that was
It
weird.
was so bizarre.
Yeah,
I thought that too.
So we find out.
literally the only thing I have to say about this.
Tell me more about them. Like, what's going on there?
So he grew up in the swamps playing Tarzan, swinging around on vines and running away from gators. And it just naturally evolved into becoming a stuntman. He had a crack
And
at the
hanging
big
out with the
time. He
witch.
became a superhero. He played a superhero in a film called The Cougar that flopped wildly. And but he loved that outfit. So he just took to wearing it around. And people say, "Hey, lay it on us, Cougar. Nail a couple of supervillains like you did in your big role, Jeff," as he's doing acrobatic stuff to entertain the cast. We get to see him fight a werewolf. It's very, very telegraphed that this is his brother.
Yeah.
I think the werewolf makes him think of his brother and kicks off the flashback, so it's kind of obvious that it's his brother. And then at the end, again, they try to do the is this Friedrich?
Yeah,
okay.
it's Friedrich.
So they've already decided to fuck shit up, and he's just like, "Hey, what if we break his back?" And so he's paralyzed for the next issue, which never happens.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a pretty big cliffhanger.
yeah.
I was like, that's the only thing that made me want to read more out of both the issues. I was like, well, what? Where's it?
Marvel's got a blind superhero. We've got a paralyzed one.
Yeah.
Wait, a paralyzed stuntman.
Yeah.
Cool.
And his girlfriend's like a rock pop singer or
Yes,
something
it's
too.
Ronnie and the Everglades or something. I forgot what the band's called.
Yeah.
Swamp Rock
So he ends
band.
up, he kills his brother on stage at this concert.
Yeah.
His old
Um,
childhood sweetheart.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
What?
Oh, and his brother became a werewolf because he got cursed by someone who literally looks like the old witch from EC Comics.
Literally. Black Hattie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Jeff was his friend. His brother was a dick to the witch, so
Yeah.
the witch cursed him.
Well,
That's
you
what
know,
happens.
One of the things that I've heard Matt Fraction say time and time again is that your first issue is really your second issue. Your second issue is really your first issue. So you tell your story in the first issue, but then you do the origin in the second issue. So this is just perfect comics
By the
work.
number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean,
If you say so.
And then,
Yeah.
and then you wrap the whole character.
Yeah, right. And then you'd never return to the
yeah,
comic
exactly.
book
Then
again.
then you abandon the comic, set it on fire.
Never speak of this again.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been cool if the witch who cursed the brother also bestowed upon the good, nice brother his cat-like reflex.
Cougar.
We might have
Yeah.
found that out
Yeah.
in future issues.
Maybe.
Very good.
Where Cougar,
Maybe he started dating the witch and they got really close.
Oh yeah.
who was a lot older than him.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Just
so,
to make up,
to
make up for the age disparity in his parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that there was a Comic-Con and Walmart exclusive where they did some Atlas Migos like a year ago?
No. What?
Okay, so they did Grim Ghost. Who else? Jacob Devilina, and
What?
the the dragon, and there's one a phoenix.
Yeah.
I would have loved if they'd done this guy, because I think he would have actually looked cool as Amigo with his little
Sure.
Yeah.
laced up thing.
Wow.
You know,
and his
like,
belt.
you know, I'd like to know sales figures for these comics. I'd love to know sales figures for those Migos, because they rolled those things out. Well, there was a giveaway too. Like they were giving some away at
They
a
were giving
Comic-Con.
away at Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, you know, because they've done this at Atlas multiple times where they're just like, man, just wait. This is going to be a whole universe. This is going to be 10
Household
movies, household
Right.
names. This is going to be big. It's going to be bigger than the MCU. And then we hear
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah. So the plan was to start off with a couple movies, beginning with Devilina, and then to roll out a cable TV series introducing the other characters through her as like a dark universe kind of thing. But
Cool.
MCU rival. And yeah, this is, I think, the second time they've announced it and it hasn't gone anywhere. They said COVID was the first time that it didn't happen.
Oh.
But I don't know.
Huh.
I kind of thought it was going to happen, and I was waiting for us to get a cease and desist or something this season with the show
right.
and stuff, and nobody
Yeah.
is aware.
The fact that you have
cares.
not tells us everything we need to know about the status of that project.
Honestly, like we were like, okay, we had to like think, all right, well, what are we going to do? What's our B plan when they shut
Yeah.
us down?
100%.
Not a word.
Yep.
Wow.
They probably, I mean, honestly, that you're probably doing more publicity than they were going to do anyway
Well,
for their IP.
That was going to be
Yeah.
our argument, was just
Right.
like, hey, no
Mhm.
one gives a shit about your stuff. So
Yeah.
we're actually
promoting.
we're promoting your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You're reminding people that it existed. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm wondering how much of these things they do are just ways to keep the trademark current, like just
I can see
default
that.
things, you know, cash cans or whatever, to do the same thing.
Someday.
So, yeah. Yeah.
So is this copyright alive and well? Like, do they
Yeah.
still own? Does someone still own the
Ah,
Cougar?
dang, you can't take that over, Jamie. Sorry,
Damn
bud.
Yeah.
'Cause I got ideas.
Yeah.
So I would love to go around the horn from you guys and hear your thoughts on the Cougar.
Wow.
Well, I'll start.
Go for
Right.
it.
I'm on the side of the horn. I went into this stuntman, totally cool. I'm immediately jazzed about that. Then I see a vampire, even more jazzed. And I looked at the cover of issue 2 and saw a werewolf and was like, it's a stuntman who fights vampires and werewolves. They cannot miss for me. And then bullseye, cold meat, they missed. Yeah. But I found it hilarious. And I mean, we're reading a lot. I mean, we're reading all of Marvel's 70s
Yeah.
output for, the superhero and adjacent universe. And some of it is this, no, none of it is this bad. So
Yeah.
No.
it's-
I kind of enjoyed how bad it was. And it reminded me of like old Iron Man comics or like Ant-Man, Larry Lieber comics, where it's just like, this is nonsense
Mhm.
for little kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I wish we had something this ridiculous to talk about every episode, because I mean, you guys probably have had this experience with doing your show over the years, where the two things you want are either a really great issue that you could just talk about all the amazing stuff in it, or something that's significant, that's historical, whatever, or you want something that's so bad that you could just laugh your way through it, and you just Mystery Science Theater the thing.
Mhm.
And I mean, the Cougar absolutely hits that. All the pieces were there. Like, honestly, it's not any sillier than anything that anyone else was trying to do in the 70s. And I love this crazy, like, I love that Atlas existed. I love that they took these huge swings. I love that they basically ran their course inside of a year. Like, I mean, that is one hell of a flame out. Like, you know how hard it is to like just blow up a thing, like to build a thing and blow it up in
the
a year.
same calendar year.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's a good point.
So, and it was giving, it's a silly comic, but people got paid for doing it, and they got paid well for doing it. I don't know if Dan Adkins wanted his original art back, but he got his original art back, and that was not common practice. So, it's, Atlas is such a bizarre, little footnote in comics history, and I think it doesn't get a lot more bizarre than the Cougar.
I always feel bad like making fun of comics, even though it is like hilarious and super fun. So like I often will be like, all right, one, who is this comic for? And if it's not for me, then like I can try and imagine I'm that other person and can like get into it that way. And then the other is like, all right, I etch a sketch in my brain for a second. I'm like, all right, pretend this is the best comic ever written, and like start from that premise and let the comic chip away at that.
That's a great way.
So by page 3,
yeah, right. So it's like, then I really did give it an honest shake. So yeah, I like tried to like reset my brain a couple times and been like, cause I don't know, maybe this is great. Maybe people work really hard on it and I don't want to like poke fun at that. But then also knowing what we know about Atlas, it was like, this was no one's dream. Like no one spent 20 years of their life waiting for their big chance to write this comic.
Yeah, this isn't Jim Starlin's sweaty high school notebook, like, idea.
Oh, they're going to love this. Someday I will get this out and it's going to reach millions and it'll change lives. Like, like no one was coming at it like that. This was a job and people did the job to the not best of their ability. So yeah, I mean, it was a trip. I had a great time and I got to feel fine about making fun of something. That's fun.
It's interesting, Jamie. It's interesting. What's weird is that, but what all you guys were saying, like, this is 1 year. They launched, I think, 31, including black and white and color, like 31 titles. Like, why? Like, at this point, this is one of the later ones to be launched. Like, why didn't they just pull back and just say, let's just see how the first 24 do? Like,
right.
I mean, obviously, you should start with 6, right, and give it a year or two. But Goodman had this blitzkrieg plan, and it's just bonkers. But I mean, that's where you get. I mean, we've had some highs and lows this season, but not that many lows, in my opinion. Some stuff that's forgettable, some stuff that's just kind of mediocre. But like, I think this is the point where it turns at Atlas, the publishing house, and it's just kind of like, we're just making widgets. Like, this feels like, I'm sorry, can this be my final thought, I guess? This just feels like widgets to me. Like, this, I thought this was fucking awful. And I hated this comic. And like, it has like Robb was saying, like, I should love this. Like, on its face, monsters, a stuntman and fighting monsters, like a superhero. On paper, this thing is amazing. And I hated this comic. I thought it was terrible. The art was amorphous. It just flipped. I mean, from panel to panel, it changed. I haven't disliked a book from Atlas as much. Like, this is like Creature Commandos flashback for me. So I thought this was dreck. So if anybody's keeping score at home for the finale, go ahead and bury this in my list if you're trying to predict my
right. Hey, Matt, you're giving away some of your list right here.
Well, it's a long fucking list, man. We're reading a lot of shit.
It is a long list.
Gotta give somebody a freebie.
Yeah,
I'm just glad we could be here for it.
Yeah, truly touched. Truly.
I'm usually very positive on the show. I'm a misanthropic asshole in real life, but on this show, I love. This is my happy place to come and talk about my favorite medium with my buddy, and we always manage to elevate things, even maybe a little more than they deserve. And I did not find that here.
Yeah, it's a tough sell. It's like if you stripped out the good parts of Ghost Rider and Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, I feel like this is an example of, back in the day, people who did not read comics and did not like comics, when they used comics as a pejorative, they're talking about this.
I literally had that thought this week, Bryan. Like, this, when people was like, oh, these funny books you read, like, this is what they're picturing in their head.
This gives us a bad name.
Yeah, it really does. No, I mean, everything you guys are saying just kind of makes me think about, again, and we've kind of touched on this on other episodes, but yeah, Goodman's business plan and the way that he, I mean, he's doing things that he was used to with the pulps, which is like, I'm going to take everything from Marvel. I'm going to flood the market with this shit. Like, I'm going to pay everybody. I'm going to steal everything from Marvel. And I'm going to pay, and he did. He paid people very well. This was a really good paycheck for these guys, and they got to keep their art. Atlas changed the industry that way. Like, that became more of a standard after that. But yeah, his business plan is from the 30s. And we see just how well it worked out in the mid 70s. And this especially, like, I think this is like, a lot of people, got this big paycheck and they're like, well, okay, who knows? Like some of the people were like, oh, this company might do something. Like maybe this book that I'm working pretty hard on, maybe it'll go for 100 issues. Who knows?
Right.
And then you have stuff like Larry Hama, who does Wolf the Barbarian, which we just fucking loved, which we thought was just so great. And I mean, there's guys like that. There's books that we've talked about that are like that. And then there's a few, but I agree with you, Matt. I think this is the worst comic that we've talked about. I'm having, I feel,
Wow.
I'm apologizing to you guys like we apologized to poor Matt Harvey, who had to lead us through like what I call
he liked it.
our Dark Night of the
He
Soul
liked
with
it.
Creature
Yeah.
Commandos,
Yeah.
with the worst episode ever, where we questioned every decision we ever made. And
It was an existential crisis live on air. It was amazing.
it was. That was one that I really didn't want to listen back to. I was just like, oh God, I don't know about that. But good old Matt Harvey, he pulled us through. So I feel like
He's a
that,
prince.
like that maybe gave me some armor to deal with this issue a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is Drek. This is comics at its worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rare use case when you go like, oh, we should do it like we did it in the 1930s. That was the best way to do it. We haven't,
Right?
Nothing's improved since then. We're
No.
just going to
Yeah.
take that model and
Well, it also doesn't help that he decided to launch 30 titles when the entire newsstand distribution system was collapsing in on itself.
yeah, right, right.
So it's like, come on. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Martin?
Yeah.
Well, I am glad we were here for this terrible
Yes.
comic. It was
Yeah.
it was super fun to also just have such a short amount. I mean, of course I read issue 2 in its entirety as well,
Oh,
but
heck
it was just fun because I was like, we do the same thing. We try to find the good in it.
Mhm.
We try not to dunk too much, and that's something we've learned. Joke eating really helped me learn that. He's like, a lot people made this. Like it took work, it took effort. So
Yeah.
I started from there, similar to Jamie, but I was like, this is terrible, but I'm enjoying how terrible it is.
Right,
like I kept marveling at how like just
You're not
an
allowed to
action
use that
sequence. Oh, sorry. I kept atlasing.
Atlasing. There you go.
Yeah.
New term.
Nice
Coined.
work.
Yeah, it was just so many things were wrong with
Yeah.
it, and we've
Unbelievable.
analyzed so many comics that it was very obvious. But I just kept going, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what happened when they were making this?
Yeah.
It felt like the artist died every 3 pages, and like it's like
Keep churning
Spinal
them
Tap's
out.
drummer. Yeah.
It was kind of fun. Like, I mean, getting like 2 or 3 pages in, you're like, okay, well, I mean, it's off to a shaky start. This could get better. It's like, oh no, it's good. Oh no, it's getting a lot worse. Okay,
worse.
this is great.
When you're like talking about what went wrong, I mean, we did discuss some of them, right? Like, well, you gave a production manager the scripting chores with no credits to his name. You gave a potential partial hack penciling duties who bailed halfway through, and then you gave an old vet probably 4 days to finish ink the entire book and pencil the second half. Like, some of the stuff adds up, but in all honesty, I was expecting a lot more stuff of this level when we started the season off. Like, I was thinking this would be like every third issue would be this bad. So I'm actually trying to put a positive spin on it. Like, damn, we've been pretty lucky so
You did
far.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the
Seriously.
Brute was fun to talk about.
Yeah, it was.
And that's
100%.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
fingers
So
crossed for Cougar and his super friends.
Yeah. I'd watch that cartoon.
Yeah,
I
heck
totally
yeah.
would.
Yep.
Yeah, if that Atlas, if new Atlas ever gets off the ground, I am absolutely pitching.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, yeah.
I think we're the experts that can take it to the next level, honestly. Like, I think
Yeah.
the 5 of us, we could do something there.
yeah,
Everything they need is right here on this Zoom.
Yep.
So-
they already had kind of a pilot with the Fall Guys movie. So Ryan Gosling's
Yeah.
on. Let's just do this, guys.
Right.
Let's just do this.
Ryan Gosling is the Cougar. Wow.
Oh,
Oh my God.
We'll
If
just CG the costume onto him.
Yeah.
So, like,
Like Bond's
we
gloves.
won't get permission. We'll just try to get forgiveness after the fact.
anyone- he seems like a cool guy.
He seems pretty cool. I can get through it.
Oh, man.
Yes. So I apologize if I drop my mask of civility this episode, but it was warranted, I think. All right. So next up, we have Grace, the Monster Kid, coming back. She picked this, so I think she was the first person to pick an issue for the season.
Yep.
She wanted Fright, the son of Dracula, and we're definitely in the back half of this golf course here. So these are the there's one issue of this, and this will be out in time before Halloween. So we're very excited to talk to Grace, even though the story is by Gary Friedrich and it's edited by Larry Lieber. So that's how deep into the year of Atlas's life we are. But we do have Frank Thorne art duties. So
Nice.
I'm hoping that we salvage the vampire name here in this next one.
Fingers crossed.
That's in 2 weeks. But if you are a Patreon backer, as we discussed before, on the Shadow Show, Jacob is cooking up a little something special for us. Jacob, why don't you tell what that is?
Yeah, so I mean, we've kind of made our love for the Filipino artists known these years we've done the show. My favorite, and I know he's way up there on the list for Matt too, is Alfredo Alcala. And so, yeah, I just kind of wanted to go on, kind of talk about, our thoughts on him, how I was introduced to him, kind of the history. There's some pretty good, alter ego issue that was dedicated to Alcala. And also there's a pretty cool book by Heidi MacDonald, who did, it's like, I think the Secret Teachings of Alfredo Alcala or something. And it's really good. I mean, Heidi's a great journalist, and it's done a lot of good work for comics. So it's not a shocker, but yeah, obviously she's in love with his art, as pretty much everyone is. And so yeah, I'm excited to do a little deep dive on the man and his art.
Me too. I'm excited to bear witness.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me 3, 4, whatever.
So yeah, if you want to check that out or the other 123 episodes of the Shadow Show, go to patreon.com/Bronze Age Monsters and support the show. So we're on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Patreon, as I mentioned. And we'd really appreciate if you went here and left a comment about what you liked about this issue or what you thought of our takes on it. And give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And also, if you know a comics friend who would dig this kind of conversation, please pass this on to them. We would love to have the word spread. Guys, give us a little plug. What's going on for you guys in the near future? Anything special going on?
Oh, man. Well, we continue covering all of Marvel's output 1 month at a time.
We're approaching our episode 300.
We're approaching episode 300, so we should probably figure out what we're doing for that.
Hats. Maybe fun hats.
Fun hats.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're up to, it's either March or April 1977. I can't remember what has come out most recently. So that's every other week we do the main month episodes. On the off weeks, we have started doing deep dives into some of Marvel's forgotten series that are kind of barely in continuity, but still technically in continuity. So we did everything's themed. So we did Martian by the month, which is all the Killraven stories from Amazing Adventures. We did Marooned by the month, which is Skull the Slayer. And we have another one coming up that I don't think will be out by the time this airs, but it's every other week. And we have our patrons at a certain tier vote on what those will be. I
do love that.
Yeah, that's it's fun getting the community involved. And because honestly, like, look, we cover like 25, 30 issues on our main monthly episodes. We're tired of picking them. Like, tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll do it. Just
It's
give us
so
money.
fun. Yeah, it's so fun. Just to like put your hands in, or put your life in somebody else's hands and be like, you make the call.
Yeah, we had one of our patrons challenge us recently on one of our episodes. They're like, John Byrne ends up doing art chores on Champions at some point. And he's like, I just want you guys to cover this, and I want you to talk about whether you think that John Byrne elevated this title to being adequate from abysmal. And it was just like, I never would have thought to do that. But it was like, yeah, this is like a replacement level comic finally. This is league average. This is great. So
and I will
have you roughed out sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, have you roughed out like where you would be at episode 600? Like in the publishing chronology?
We have not.
No. Should probably get on that, man. You don't know.
It's coming. It's coming.
When we think too far ahead in that way, we realize how old we'll be.
It feels Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. But
it feels like a challenge to God.
Yeah.
No,
we can't look into the arc. Yeah.
Rob and Bryan, I would imagine you guys, you're in an old folks home, you're in some rockers, on thing.
Mhm.
Yep. And so the three of you are sitting there. Bryan and Rob, you guys just, your voices have gone out. You're great. And I want you two to argue about
Yep.
Rush. That's all I want.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
As
There you
Jamie,
go.
That's
Jamie says,
doable.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, don't go fast. Slow down. Slow down. You're old now.
Wait, what? Yeah.
I wanted to throw one little plug in
Please.
for my friend Tobe Anderson. Tobe Anderson Music. He's a guitar player I played with forever. I've got a song coming out later this month that I wrote the lyrics for and sang on and played drums on, and it's a metal song about Dracula.
Oh, fuck
So
yeah.
it's
Cool.
Love it.
it's called Abandon the Light, and so there will be a video out and by late October, so in time for Halloween, and I'll let you guys know.
we will
How does
push that
one
out
find?
on our channels.
Sounds
for sure.
amazing.
Yeah, and I play drums and write lyrics and stuff. I have a song about Man-Thing called Nexus of All Realities
Oh,
with
hell
him.
yes.
Yes.
I have that's been out for a while. I did the video for it. And Barb, my wife, sings on a number of other songs too. So yeah, check it out.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on. It's always a blast to talk comics with you three.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so
Same.
much for having us.
Same.
We love chatting with you guys. We love hanging out with you guys. I'm bummed that you are wrapping up the show. I totally understand.
Yeah.
But
And again, we're gonna drag you into this
Hell yes.
as often as we can.
we're gonna
So,
drag
yeah.
you to hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
There won't be a lot of kicking
we-
or screaming, I assure you.
Awesome.
Right on.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for checking us out. Please remember to check out Marvel by the Month if you don't already listen to them. But I know that you already listen to them because everyone listens to you guys. You're the best show out there.
Yeah. Everyone does.
Oh,
That's
you.
not true, but thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Well, until we see you folks next time, stay bronze, Pony Boy. Stay bronze. Wave to the nice people.
Yeah.
Thank
See
you.
you, Santa.
Did it.
Thanks.